Tonight, American lawmakers return to Congress just hours after protesters violently tried to overturn the presidential election.
Thousands of demonstrators stormed the U.S. Capitol this afternoon, breaking through doors and busting windows. As lawmakers scrambled to safety, one woman was shot and killed. At least 7 others went to the hospital. Police arrested more than a dozen protesters before securing the building. Right now, lawmakers are back on the floor to complete the Electoral College count and certify President-elect Joe Biden's win. Earlier, President Donald Trump had urged his supporters to march to the Capitol, saying that they would never concede. We have team coverage starting with WCCO's Erin Hassanzadeh and what the top Republican in Congress tonight called a failed insurrection from an unhinged crowd.
The United States Capitol overwhelmed, stormed by a sea of Trump supporters, forcing lawmakers to evacuate on the day certified electoral votes were supposed to be counted.
We had stormed into the chambers. A number of police and Secret Service were saying, get back, get down. As
some smashed and climbed into windows, repelled the Capitol walls, and chanted from the scaffolding, others breached the building, making their way past police and into Senate chambers. Meanwhile, in the House chamber, members called to lock the doors. Lawmakers and staffers are told to duck and put on gas masks before being evacuated.
Everybody stay down, get down.
Here you can see Capitol Police blocking the doors to the House chambers, guns drawn, rioters on the other side. You can hear a loud bang, though it's unclear if it was gunfire. While the president tweeted to stay peaceful, we saw the president-elect live on camera first.
I call on this mob to pull back and allow the work of democracy to go forward.
The president releasing a pre-recorded video to Twitter about 20 minutes later, making unfounded claims the election was stolen and telling supporters,
"Go home and go home in peace."
Twitter later locked his account, requiring him to remove 3 posts they say could incite violence. And through it all, the original purpose of the day saved. The Electoral College ballots in these boxes, rescued from the Senate floor, a beacon of democracy on a day that it was threatened. As night fell with the National Guard called in, law enforcement used tear gas, blowhorns, flashbangs, and shields to clear crowds ahead of the 6 p.m. curfew. Erin Hassanzadeh, WCCO 4 News.
In the last hour, the Senate rejected a GOP challenge to Joe Biden's win in Arizona.
One of the president's closest allies also acknowledged the election fight is over.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are lawfully elected and will become the president and the vice president of the United States on January the 20th.
Senator Lindsey Graham said no one has provided any evidence of wrongdoing in the election, and he said Vice President Mike Pence, who is overseeing tonight's count, has no authority to overturn the results.